Hey, you guys. So, I don't know why I'm turning up the volume anyways. So it's been a minute since I've recorded. It's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks or whatever. Hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. And I want to preface this video by saying that I may look a little weird because I just got back from the dental office and they had numbed like one of my teeth on the left side. So I may look a little weird. But I've been meaning to record this video. And so this video, as you see from the title, I don't know what the title's going to be yet. But this video is going to be about if you're someone who struggles with conversing with people, especially with conversing with people out in public. And if you're someone like me who just loves to improve just overall in life, but also in your social life, because I feel as though your social life is top tier, like this truck says. We see, never seen that before. But as I was saying, your social life is extremely important, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions as well. As you know, your social life, your network of people is just extremely important. The people that you hang around, the people that you attract or attracted to, and not even just on a romantic sense. And in order to not only just get ahead of life, but just to learn things and just evolve as a person and just improving overall, it's very, very important. So I'm going to try not to keep this video like too long or anything. I'll try to keep it short. But for someone who struggles with speaking with people, initiating conversations, no matter where you're at, like on the scale, like let's say there's like a scale from 1 to 10, and the scale is basically how good you are with communicating with people, how comfortable, because comfortability, being uncomfortable and being comfortable is very important as well. So the scale, like, is how comfortable you are with talking to people and initiating conversations. And for me personally, as of this year, start of this year, like January, I've been doing a lot better with my social skills. Even though my social skills haven't been the worst, but they haven't been the best either. And I try to continue to improve on that each and every time that I do step out the house, no matter where I'm at. This is just very important to me. So I try to be as cognizant as I can about it as possible. Intentionality. You have to be intentional with things that you want to improve in, get better at, in whatever aspect of life that may be. But back to what I was saying, the beginning of this year, like January, I started going to networking events, first networking with people and just getting comfortable with being around a lot of people and just putting myself in certain environments. Because in order to get better at something, you have to put yourself in that environment, whatever environment that is, once again. So if it applies, take that as you will. You will know if you will know. All right. So in order to get comfortable with things, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Because if you don't, how do you expect to improve in certain areas? You're not. And you can read all the books you want, or if you listen to audiobooks, you can watch all the podcasts, all the motivational, inspirational videos or memes or quotes all day, all year long. But if you don't immerse yourself in those environments, you're not going to get better, period. Because once again, which I'm sure you guys have heard, the best teacher or one of the best teachers, other than God, one of the best teachers in life is the experience. I've been to several networking events, although they were extremely uncomfortable for me, very uncomfortable. I don't like being around a lot of people. I don't. Um, Social anxiety, typical stuff that a lot of people say and whatever. But I've learned to better cope with that by immersing myself around people and also initiating conversations. Do not expect to have other people initiate conversations with you. Don't even expect that. No matter how much they may glance at you or whatever the case, don't expect that. Don't expect the easy route, if you will. For me, going to networking events, that has helped me a lot. I do have a big conference that I'm going to next week, which is the GovTech conference in DC. We'll listen to this, whatever. And I am very nervous about that, especially because I feel extremely incompetent being in that environment and being with people who are in the gov tech sector or people just in tech in general, because like me and everybody and they mama trying to get into the freaking tech field, just like oversaturated. People have all these degrees, all these certifications. Now, I am in school for computer science and cybersecurity, but with me getting closer to graduation, I still feel incompetent. So I want to say that I'm going to be the most confident person in the room, maybe with how I will look, on those days, but internally I'll still feel like kind of, I guess, like imposter syndrome, since that's a new term now too. Oh, let me add. So I had bought so just like a little tidbit, a little back personal story, whatever. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. So I first heard about the GovTech conference when Simone Bies had created it and put it out in the world. I think her first year of doing it was last year in the winter time. And I wanted to go to that, but I didn't end up going. I forgot why. So this year I ended up pulling the trigger and buying my GovTech ticket, conference ticket. However, last week I saw that to see because I had bought my ticket like months ago. And so about last week I discovered that they had sent an email saying that they're now offering virtual conference tickets for $50. I'm like, wow, why could I have seen this before? So I can just take the easy route and just conference online. But my last session with my therapist, because I ended up telling her about that whole thing, she told me that she's glad that I didn't see that the same time when I had bought my ticket, because I need to be around more people and network and things like that. So I saw that to say that even myself, I tried to take the easy route very recently, or I may have taken the easy route if it was offered and available to me before. Um, but although I feel incompetent and uncomfortable, and it's going to be like hundreds, I don't know if it's going to be thousands, but mad people there. I Again, I still get nervous, things like that. But I know that once I'm even done with the first day, because it's 3 days long, when I'm done with the first day, then I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable. So I already know that I'm not going to be the only person in the room who is not currently in the tech industry and not the only one who won't have a cert. Although I'm in school, that should be enough, my opinion. But just really depends. But even when it comes to jobs and careers and whatever thing you're trying to get into, what is like the number one thing that they say all the time? It's not necessarily about your educational background, your work background even. One of the major things that gets people in the door is what? Networking. Who you know. So Let me circle it back around. So I would say one of the beginner friendly things that you can do as a person who wants to improve on your social skills, your social life, and not even just in business or not necessarily in a romantic sense, but just having a good, diverse group of people, whatever number you want to put on that. And for me personally, I feel like the reason why I say diverse, not necessarily like ethnicities, which that's in different cultures, things like that. That's always a good thing. But I said that in a sense of each friend, to me, everyone should not be the same, period, point blank. And so everyone should have like their differences as well as their similarities, of course. But it's always good to get like different perspectives and things like that. So, and that way, that'll open the door or doors to you for new things that you may like doing or enjoy hobby wise. It could be a job, could be a romantic partner, could be mentors, it could be anything. You never know what those hidden mystery doors will lead to. So, and it's not just a take situation. It should be a give and take. And it shouldn't just be what can I get from this person and not think about what are ways or what is a way that I could improve or help them or make them feel better. And that could be something simple as an encouraging word for them. So don't always think it has to be tied to money or romance. You know, you never know who God is going to place on your path, in your life, and why he placed them on your path and vice versa. Why you were placed on their path. Because again, it shouldn't just be a take. It should be a give and take. It should be reciprocated on to some degree. Um, so that. So something that you can do starting today or starting the very next time you leave your residence. 'Cause I don't know if you live in a house, apartment, condo, townhome, dorm, barracks. I don't know. But the next time you leave your residence or you go somewhere where people will be at, start small. And when I say start small, start at dang, start at speaking to people like hey. They say it's good to say hey versus like hi or hello, which I have a bad habit of saying hi instead of hey. Then I remember afterwards every time. But start by greeting like, hey, hi, good morning, whatever the case. So start small. So that can be one of your, it may not be major to other people, but it could be major for you. That could be one of your major goals for this week or this day or next few days, whenever you're watching this video. So say that, or you can say, hi, good morning, how are you? Or hey, how are you? Start very small. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. The your first time initiating conversations, or at least let's say this is your start point of improving your social skills. Put pressure on yourself thinking that you have to have a full blown conversation. You gotta be friends. You gotta be lovers in the next 10 minutes. Stat. So don't think that. Okay? Start small. Start small. And then maybe the next person, or even if you run into that person again, start, or then you can introduce yourself or ask them, what their name is. Like, hey, how are you? How have you been? What was your name? How long you been living here? Not necessarily like interrogation style, but it just helps you with those icebreaker questions. What else did you say? For me, I've been playing pickleball for a few months now. So every time I play pickleball, one of my main question is, then other people, they ask me the same thing. How long have you been playing? pickleball, or more so would start off at how long have you been coming here, or is this your first time here? Is this your first time playing pickleball? How long you been playing pickleball? And a lot of expert people in pickleball, for instance, they started off playing tennis, and you can tell like off the bat if they have it or not. So you can say, did you how so after you ask them like how long you've been playing, this is an example once again. You can ask them, well, have you played tennis before? Or sometimes they will divulge that information and say, well, I'm used to this because I've been playing tennis. So then you can say, so you just feed off of the very last thing that they said, or or that's one of the ways that you can um, continue the conversation with them. Or you can say, or you can say, like, do you play any other sports? How long you been playing tennis? These are examples. Or if you're in a grocery store in a specific aisle, and let's say both of you guys are looking at the same item, or like in that area, you guys can talk about that. Oh, have you tried that? Is that good? I went to this coffee shop that actually happened last week when this lady had asked me what drink did I get, and we didn't talk at all before she asked me that, let alone smile at each other. So start very small. Start very small. You go to a coffee shop. Hey, how are you? Or you can just get right into it. What did you order? Is it good? How long you been coming here? Just you go to any other coffee shops. Hopefully you understand, so I don't have to run through all the scenarios. But there are. Where am I going? Oh yeah, let me go here. There are plenty of videos on how to communicate with strangers. And so I love like learning about body languages and things like, oh my gosh, forgot that was there. Body languages and like reading body languages and things like that. But I feel like, I mean, you could study that as well, but I feel as though maybe start off with just initiating conversations. So that way you're not trying to remember too many things at once when you're out and about. Because then if you think about too much, you may not even do it because you're going to forget all that you've been researching and things like that. So after you get the hang of initiating conversations with people, if you're into it, then maybe start reading people's body languages. But that's not what this video is about. This video is simply about initiating conversations with people and how to initiate conversations, and a little bit about why it is important to not only build your network of people, but to up your social skills. So another thing that I've learned after like learning more about improve my social skills and reading body language cues and things like that is that you're not the only one. Like they always say, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. But you're not the only one, and that I forgot what the statistics was behind it, but there are a lot of people who struggle with social skills. And the more I've been like doing research and going out and experimenting, when I say experimenting, I mean just improving with it overall and being more conscientious about it, is that once I start like initiating conversations with people, a lot of people lack in that area. Now that could be, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, I'm definitely not trying to do that, but it could be like it could be an attraction thing, because like some people will get nervous around people that they may find attractive. Um, so it could be that, it could be something that happened that day, or they could be stressed. It could be that they're in a relationship and they don't necessarily want to cross the lines. It could be a plethora of things. You will never know unless you have a conversation and they maybe tell you throughout that conversation or maybe another time in life. But you won't be the only one with quote unquote lack of social skills, for lack of better words. Now, I mean, you could very well may not be good with your social skills, but I've noticed that a lot of people that I'm around lack that. And it may sound weird, but it's kind of cool to see because, or to notice it because I notice it a lot. I notice a lot that people are like shy or nervous or, yeah, I would say that shy and or nervous around me. But I can tell that they want to like say something to me because I always like catch or like lock eyes with people and it'll be like more than one time. And I can tell that they want to say something, but they're a bit reserved maybe. And so once I notice that and I'm in that area for a while and they're still in the area, I would then get out of my comfort zone, go up to them and just speak to them. And then while they're speaking to me, it like just confirms that okay, yeah, they were nervous or shy for whatever reason, I'm not sure. But I noticed that a lot. So I said all that to say you won't be the only one. You're not the only one in the world who lacks social skills. And I can do a lot better with my social skills. That's something that I am continuing to improve on and things like that. Another major thing that I need to improve on is my eye contact. When it goes back to what I said a little bit ago. So I would say that I'm fairly decent with eye contact. It's just that when it comes to like certain people, that my eye contact is not the best. So I may like do like a quick glance. It feels like I'm doing this and then act like you're not even there. So that's just something that I need to work on. And I kind of like mentally beat myself up for that after I leave that environment or that person because I'm like, I don't know why I didn't just maintain eye contact, maintain pro eye contact. Because that's another thing. That's only when it comes to certain people. But for the most part, I maintain eye contact with people as I'm looking around right now. But no, I'm being serious. um, well, that can be a whole nother video if you guys want to see that or not. I probably will still post that anyway, record and post that at a later date, unless it's like stat that you guys want that. And I said that I wasn't going to make this video too long, and it's already been 26 minutes. So I guess this video would just primarily be about how to initiate conversations with people and how to get out of that uncomfortableness and getting out of that lacking social skills. Is very, very, very important to up your social skills in life. Very important. You never know how you make somebody else's day or life better because you never know what people are going through, what they plan on doing as their last thing. If you get my drift, if you're reading between the lines, um, you never know by you just speaking to them like good morning or have a good night. I do say that as well. Like if I'm passing by someone and let's say we didn't speak the first time or like when we first locked eyes, I may say have a good night. But typically, if we're locking eyes, I would say something. And then after we pass, I would say have a good night. And that way, there's not pressure on, okay, what should I say? How to keep the conversation going. Even though I feel like I'm pretty good at keeping conversations going. I would say that. It's always typically been like just initiating conversations with people. And don't be like me and be like, okay, I will speak to them the next time I see them. No, do it right then and there. What are you waiting for? Because if you're nervous now, you're probably going to be nervous the next time you see them. And you're probably going to be even more nervous because you've been overthinking, overanalyzing. What should I say? How should I say it? I don't know. Maybe what should I wear? It's going to be way too much thought into it. So remember this video, refer back to this video, just speak to them. You can say, hey, good morning, and go on about your day. Or if you're feeling that like that guy or that girl, then pick up the conversation from the initial greeting. Also learn how to read the room, because you will also be able to tell if someone doesn't want to talk to you or if they're in a rush. A lot of times people be in a rush to go do what they need to do or whatever. So don't take anything personally. Try not to. I know that's another thing that you will have to be intentional with, as far as not taking things personally, and try not to overanalyze everything. But I can do like more videos about this topic. And another reason why I made this video here is because this is something that, again, is very important to me, something that I'm actively working on and want to be one of the, I know it's not a competition or comparison thing, but okay, let me not, because I was going to say be one of the best people that I know when it comes to like social skills, and being one of those people who could be anywhere in the world, in any environment, and not feel intimidated, less than, incompetent, anything like that, because I can just speak to anyone, which I can speak to anyone. It's just a matter of, okay, if they're not coming to me to speak to me, then let me initiate the conversation. Like, there's nothing to think about. I want it to be like, there's nothing to think about. Let me just do. And that's another thing in itself. Don't think too much about things and just do it. You sit here, you overthink, you overanalyze each step of the way, because those steps may not come along anyway. So you can have a foundation or like a rough draft, but don't think too much on the rough draft. Ooh, that's good. Don't think too much on the rough draft. This is not an essay that you need to submit and pass SAT, ACT for. Okay? So don't think about it too much. Go out next time you see someone, say hey, say hi, say hello. Whatever just comes out naturally for you. Say it. And then the next time, so you can think about how you can improve on it, but don't spend too much time on thinking about every little millisecond, right? So, and then the next time you see that same person or maybe a different person, just like kind of like when you're in the gym and you're building, let's say you're a beginner in the gym or whatever type of exercise you're doing. You can be running outside. In order to get better with something, in order to be confident with something, and that's in anything in life, you have to put in reps. You have to put in the repetition. And the more reps or repetition that you put in, the more confident you'll be. Period. And I've been hearing that a lot lately, that confidence comes from repetition. I don't know if that's the exact saying, but confidence comes from repetition. If you don't do things repeatedly, building that muscle memory in whatever area, but more so right now since we're talking about social skills, if you don't build that repetition with just speaking with people with greetings, how do you expect to improve your social life? You're not. You're not going to. No matter how many videos, things you listen or watch. Another way to improve is if you're at a grocery store, and if you're someone like me who always goes through the self-checkout line, sometimes every blue moon, like if I haven't had any human interaction for a while, um, or for that day, and I just feel like talking, then I'll go up to an actual uh cashier instead of the self checkout. And while they're scanning, bagging your stuff, hey, how are you? How's your day going? That's something I always ask. How's your day going? How long do you have left? Did you just get here? If they say, yeah, I just got here an hour ago, then I'll be like, dang, you got a while left, but you get through it. You'll get through it. Or if they're about to get off, then you can ask them like, what are your plans? Or I'll be like, praise God for that. I always say that. That's just one of my things. I'm not saying you have to say that. You don't have to. And so then I say, um, I'll be like, okay, so you got 30 minutes left, or you got 27 minutes. You have 27 minutes left, but who's counting? So little things like that. Um, so those, I don't know why I'm so tongue tied, but those are just a few ways to initiate conversations with strangers. Especially if you frequent a place, then that way you're building rapport. Which that's the goal, is to build rapport. And I don't know, maybe down the line you guys exchange numbers, whatever the case, or socials, and now you guys are inviting each other out to different places, or maybe inviting each other to go walk on a trail or something, or go hiking, whatever the case. And I said that because that's recently happened to me a few times. Um, trying to think if I wanted to add anything else. I could make this like a little mini series on ways to improve your social skills, your social life, your network. Um, but again, you're not alone. I'm still actively working on this myself. I'm not where I would like to be when it comes to my social skills, especially like my network of people. Um, and again, I'm still nervous about the conference coming up, and it's 3 days long. Very nervous. I want to get it over with so bad. But I know like once I'm in the environment out there, I'm comfortable. And it's like, dang, it's over already, even though it's been like 16 hours. Just got here. And I love that feeling. And hopefully you guys will get to that feeling as well. Like if you put yourself in an environment, and I'm not saying it has to last 3 days. It can last a couple of hours, but maybe you're like dreading it. Like you signed up for something, you're dreading it. But once you're in that, hopefully you get to the point during that time of, dang, the time's wrapping up. We're almost done with this event. It's time to go now. Um, Another thing that I've been doing is just like trying to work the room, rather that's literally indoors or outdoors. Just try to make my way around and meet people like that. Once you build your momentum, your reps, then you can put a number on it. That's what I did for the networking events I did earlier this year, including the very first one. I had a set number of people that I wanted to meet, which I think I said I wanted to have. I forgot, it was like three. It was like 3 to 5 people to meet, and not only meet them but have like good quality conversations. And that night I ended up meeting, and mind you, I was nervous. That night I ended up meeting like between 17 to 19 people. And that's all conversations, whether that was for 5 minutes or 30 minutes. And then I ended up going to a bar right afterwards because I was like on a high, like a social high, if you will, and wanted to be around more people. And then plus at that specific networking event, a lot of people went to the same bar right afterwards. So I'm like, oh, let me take advantage of this time, this opportunity. Not necessarily like to get a job from them, but it just feels good to talk to people sometimes, especially if the conversations have been just flowing, and especially if they get your banter, your humor, and vice versa. That's always a good time. That's always a good time. Um, so again, once you build your reps, you can put a number on, okay, this is how many people I want to meet. Now, I started very low with that first networking event, not knowing that I would have met just about 20 people. Was not expecting that at all. Um, Just start small. It can be like one person. I want to have one quality conversation with a stranger this week. So it can be a weekly goal. It doesn't have to be a daily goal. It can be something weekly, but be intentional with it. Don't go into the situation thinking that you're going to get something from it. Because then at that point, it's not really genuine. Because then now they're probably thinking, oh, this person is so nice. They seem so genuine, so sweet. Whole time, you just try to get a job from them. I get it, but it's disingenuous. Just focus on meeting people. There's my car. Just focus on meeting people, initiating conversations, and going from there. This video is extremely long. This is ridiculous. And I can talk more about it, more about my personal experiences and more details about how I got to this point from January, just literally from the beginning of this year to now. When I was at my dentist appointment and I was checking out, me and one of the receptionists, we literally had a conversations. One about I forgot what I just said. A genuine a long conversation. Got distracted. So not only about like my appointment, but she had questions about my keloids, and then I started talking about that and all that stuff, and then my nails. And that's all for me, just asking like how her day was. Of course, she has to ask me about the whole process of like checking out things like that. But I asked her how her day was, and then it just kind of trickled from there, like a snowball. So another way you can think about building your reps is think of a snowflake, a tiny, tiny snowflake wrapping into a huge snowball, like a snowball effect. And that can be applied to a lot of things in life. So, but I gave you that just to give you different analogies that you can think of or that may pop into your mind when you see someone. You think of, oh yeah, the snowball. And when I say the snowball, so it starts off like seeing one person, like maybe it's one of your neighbors. You see them all the time. You finally initiate conversation with them. And then each time you see them, you guys are building rapport. And conversations do not have to be mad lengthy. They can be a couple minutes. It can be 5 minutes. And a lot of times for me, they be dragging out to an hour. I'm like, dang, I said I was about to go an hour ago about 58 times. I'm still here. I'm still here. But it's not just one-sided because I can tell that they also want to talk as well. So you'll be able to pick up on that the more you speak to people and all that stuff. But I'm going to wrap up this video because it is 42 minutes long and that is ridiculous. That is way too much time. Way too much time. Again, if you guys want more videos like this one, let me know in the chat. Please subscribe. I'm making this a full-time thing here. Should have been did it a decade ago. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, did it. Didn't do it, so we're here now. Be sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, put comments in the comment section, whether they're suggestions, questions, tips, tricks for other people who may come across your comment. If you agree with that comment, like that comment. Comment on the comment, even if you disagree. We're not always going to agree with things. This is just life. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I don't think you subscribe yet. I think you're still just sitting here waiting to see if I have anything else left to say, and I don't. So subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. I thought I was gonna have like different scenes and things like that for this video, but I've been rambling. See, that's another thing. See, I keep talking. See? And this is how I be talking to people for an hour. Isn't that crazy? But that's another thing. Once you get more comfortable with it, building those reps, building that snowflake into a snowball, once you say one thing and they say something, Then it like goes back and forth like ping pong or pickleball if you're really good at it, which I'm not yet. The ball just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. Next thing you know, it's been 2 hours. It's dinner time. It's dark outside. The lights are on outside. And it's a good time. It's a good time. And then you feel way better after the conversation. Or maybe you feel relieved or whatever emotion. As long as you got something out of it, they got something out of it. That's all that matters. But again, subscribe, like, comment, share this video if you know someone who also needs some inspiration, some tips, tricks, or whatever when it comes to upping your social skills. Again, you're not alone. I'm in the same boat. Maybe not on the same side of the boat as you, but we're in the same boat. You get me? Boats. Okay, anyways. I was in the Navy, so the best branch. May not be on the same deck. We may not be on the same deck, but we're on the same ship. Anyways, subscribe. Thank you. All right, 46 minutes. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, good evening, buenos dias, buenas noches. It is currently afternoon, and bye-bye, I'm going. Hi, how are you? Good, thank you. And I have a bag as well.
Oh, perfect. And then did you find everything you were looking for?
Yes.
Great. And do you have a phone number with us or not today?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. You should be ready for your test.
Okay.
And then if you would like any free beverages, please.
Oh, sure. I forgot to scan my
And 0 bags. And 1872 is a total.
Okay. How's your day going?
Pretty good.
That's good.
Friday, so.
Yes. Is it your actual Friday today?
No.
Oh, I feel that. That's why I asked.
Yeah, no, it's like, what's the day of the week? My Monday is usually my weekend, so everyone's like, I hate Mondays, and I'm like,
no, I feel that. Because like a couple years ago, I used to be off Mondays and Tuesdays.
Nice.
So yeah, I get it. No, it was I think it was Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But I get it, like a weird schedule.
Yeah,
but so yeah, Mondays was my Fridays. Yeah.
It's good because, like, if you have the weekend off, like, it's nice and everyone's free, but you can't get anything like life.
I know, right? I feel that.
Hopefully, is it your actual Friday now?
It was been my Friday for a while, so because I don't return back to work, which I'm not planning on going back to that job until next month. So I have some time.
Nice. Well, enjoy.
Yeah. Do you get off soon? Or just, well, you guys kind of just open. At 3?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
You're almost there?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
The day is almost there.
Yes. Hopefully it continues speeding up, at least while you're here at work, and it slows down when you're outside.
Oh, I appreciate
when you're
that.
outside of work.
Yeah.
Don't you hate that?
It's like, oh, you get home and then it's time for bed.
Right, then it's time to come back to work.
All the time.
I hate that. But I'll get one of the free,
yes, please do.
Thank you.
If you'd like several, please.
Okay.
They're all really good.
Thank you.
I can vouch for the limoncello and the blackberry.
Okay. Thank you. Definitely guava for sure. Right. Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you. You too. Thank you. Hi. I don't know if you guys heard any of that, but I recorded that so you guys can see that I actually do what I said I do. But you guys probably heard me. I'm not sure if you heard the cashier, but I showed you guys an example of how to initiate conversations and how easy and just how easy and simple it is, or it can be for you. Mind you, all of these self-checkout lines were all available, but I was like, oh, let me show the people that I actually do what I said and how easy and simple it could be. Or else I would have just went through the self-checkout line because that's what I prefer to do. But it's just that simple. Of course, I didn't show the cashier for obvious reasons. But as long as you heard the conversation, that's all that matters. So just giving you guys an example, a real life scenario. But subscribe, like, comment, and share. definitely hit that subscribe button. Thank you. I forgot to mention that another way to initiate conversation with people, the reason why I just remember is because I literally just did it, literally, like 5 minutes ago. But another way is by complimenting people or complimenting someone on something that you like that they have on, or maybe you like their car or their work ethic, whatever it is. So you can start by just give them a compliment. You don't have to, hey, good morning, how are you? What do you do for a living? Oh yeah, by the way, I like your shirt. I mean, you could do that, but I'm just saying I'm saying all that to say this numbing stuff need to go away because it feels like I had a stroke for real. Oh, they finally fixed the road. Look at God. But I said all that to say that it doesn't have to be long, drawn out, and all that stuff. You can literally give them a compliment and continue walking because that's literally what I just did. I told this lady, "Oh, I like your outfit." She was like, "Thank you." That was it. I went to self checkout. um, but yeah, incorporate whichever flow, whichever style that you it would be best, and keep building up those reps and be versatile with it too. Switch it up so that way you can make sure you're not always just comfortable sitting in the comfortable, because then you get complacent and then you're not improving probably and things that you want to improve in, because you can definitely be comfortable with things, but sometimes you just need a challenge is what I'm saying. So give yourself a challenge, and this will be your challenge. Subscribe.